What's up, y'all? Welcome to another episode of Church Guys Like Sports. We getting ready to get into it, y'all. Sister Fisher, what's up? Sean Hatcher, Joel Mobley. We a little early because we got some running around to do, but get on in here. Samara, get in here. Bishop. We got a lot to unpack today. We're going to get right on into it right now. What's up, y'all? We here for another episode of Church Guys Like Sports. You can love God and love sports. Here we go. We're going right into these sports. We got a long day, but we got a lot of sports to talk about. The Phoenix Suns. And I know I had another pick coming out the West. But let me tell you, the Phoenix Suns, listen, they swept them boys. And Chris Paul is nothing to play with. Chris Paul scored 37 points last night, y'all. I thought Chris Paul was old. I thought he was done. I thought he had nothing left. But Chris Paul and them Phoenix Suns. Oh, we're going to get to the Brooklyn Nets. We definitely going to get to the Brooklyn Nets today. Chris Paul and the Phoenix Suns defeated Jokic, the Joker, the MVP. I think they should pick the MVP after the playoffs. They shouldn't pick the MVP in the middle of the playoffs. Jokic he played good, but his team lost. Chris Paul should be the real MVP. You know why? Nobody picked Phoenix to go to the finals. They in the Western Conference Finals, and they got rest. They waiting on Utah and the Clippers. And it's probably going to be the Clippers. But I am telling y'all, be on the lookout for Phoenix Suns because it ain't just Chris Paul. They got that Devin Booker, and this is the year of the light-skinned shooter. Light-skinned boys, them Albie Shore boys, them El DeBarge boys, they shooting now. Yes, they are. I ain't never seen a day like this. Because the shooters usually like Chuck Person, and he's a black boy. You remember him? Nick Anderson and Craig Hodges. Those were the shooters. But this is the year of the light-skinned shooter. Look at Jason Tatum. Trae Young, El DeBarge himself. So look out for the Phoenix Suns. Goodbye, Denver Nuggets. Goodbye. See you next year. Light skin is back, Bishop. Light skin is back. You're about to see what's my man, Prophet Mosley. He gonna have a resurgence. Prophet Mosley about to be at everybody's church because light skin is coming back. They're going to put Mosley back on TV. They're going to put McClendon from LA. He going back on the Word Network. Light skin is back. And it's curly light skin, not nappy light skin. Curly light skin. Because my friend Jason Hendrickson, he light skin, but he nappy light skin. Is a difference. It's different between curly light skin and nappy light skin. You gotta know your light skin. All right. Now also on yesterday, the mighty. First of all, they lost Friday. And then Hayes to Beverly. And we're gonna talk about Cam Newton too. The mighty Brooklyn Nets lost to the Milwaukee Bucks. And now the series is tied 2-2. When the series is tied at 2-2, it's anybody's series now. And it don't look good for the Nets. You know why? Kyrie got hurt. We don't know if Kyrie, first of all, it don't take nothing much for Kyrie not to play. All somebody got to do is get slapped by the police in his neighborhood, and he say, I'm not playing for the next 2 weeks. All some got to do is the police shooting go on, and Kyrie like, I'm done for the year. So y'all better be careful, Brooklyn Nets. I know, I picked the Brooklyn Nets to go since the Knicks ain't in there. But y'all, Kevin Durant, the great Kevin Durant, Old Air Naps himself scored 9 points. Let me get the stats. Let me get the stats. I want to see what Kevin Durant had yesterday. Let me get the stats because there's a boy named PJ Tucker, and he ain't scared of him. He is not scared of no Kevin Durant. He got all up in his face. Let me see what Kevin Durant did yesterday. Let's see. Kevin Durant, what did you do? Let me pull up the stats. Okay, he had 28 points, 13 rebounds, and they still lost. And when they put PJ Tucker on him, he shut him down to 9 points in the fourth quarter or something. Kevin Durant cannot carry this team by himself. He needs Kyrie and he needs James Harden. What's up with James Harden? Is he ever going to play again? Is James Harden going to play? If James Harden don't get on that court and Kyrie Irving don't play, the Brooklyn Nets will lose this series. And then I want to see all them folks that jumped out of the woodworks talking about they Brooklyn Net fans. Corbin, Sean, Hatcher, all y'all that came out of nowhere. No, the game wasn't fixed. All y'all that came out of nowhere that don't even know who Derek Coleman is, didn't even remember Kenny Anderson, never heard of Drazen Petrovic. I want to see y'all. I want to see your face. When the Brooklyn Nets get smacked up by the Milwaukee Bucks. Milwaukee Bucks? Come on. The Knicks could have beat the Bucks. Now that's all about NBA. I still got the Nets coming out if Kyrie can get back on there and if Harden can play. All right? And I got the Suns I changed my pick. I got the Suns coming out the West. Now I got to talk about Cam Newton was giving God praise yesterday, and I gotta, you know what? I kind of like Cam. Him and his mama looked like they was in the living room just shouting and giving God praise. You're gonna live to see it happen. Go on my Instagram page. I posted it. Cam, you got a little praise on you, but his dance is a little sweet. Cam Newton got that new age Ricky Dillard choir dance. He got a little weird kind of praise. There is a manly way to give God praise, Cam Newton. We don't, all right. I ain't gonna stay too much on that. But let's go to Blacksburg, Virginia. Let's go to Virginia Tech. Let's go to college football. And this is important, and I want to say I don't want nobody coming after me. I was kind of tossed and turned if I were going to talk about this, but this is Church Guys Like Sports. We talk about it all. So there's a young player, 18 years old, scholarship linebacker for Virginia Tech on the football team. His name is Ismenen David Itute. Sound like an African name. So let me give you the story of what happened. He is charged with second-degree murder. And when I first saw the story a couple of days ago, I said, and they were saying, oh, it was a robbery or something like that. They didn't have all the details. I said, what the heck? This boy is risking his scholarship, risking his chance to go to the NFL and all of this stuff to do something stupid like that. But then some details came out. The boy had met a prostitute or something. And the prostitute gave him oral advances one time. Then he went back a couple of days later with the same prostitute, and they wanted to go further because he had a little bit more money this time. And then as they're getting ready to go further, he finds out that this prostitute got the same thing that he got. He finds out that this prostitute had a third leg. And he literally lost his mind. And he snapped, and he didn't shoot the guy. He didn't stab him. The news said he beat him to death. A 31-year-old man that was a transgender, whatever, and walking around here as a woman and got with a 18-year-old football player from Africa. Oh, see, my views done went down. Oh, Lord, Jesus, help me. And he killed the man. Now, nobody shouldn't die. No, I'm not promoting violence at all. The devil is a liar. He shouldn't have killed that man. But listen, all these trans things out here, if you gonna play these games, hold on. This is Church Guys Like Sports too. I gotta tread lightly. If you gonna play these kind of games like this, you better be front and center and be straight up with folk. Don't let this man find out after you done gave him oral advances, and then and then it's getting ready to go to the next level, and then all of a sudden he gotta look and say, "Hey, what is that?" And he say, "Oh, I was born a man." Everybody ain't cool with that, especially them African folks. His boy name is David Itute. And he snapped. He lost his mind. How would you respond? First of all, and let me tell you this, Mr. David, I'm gonna get on you, the football player. You shouldn't have been out there. You on the football team. You can go find somebody. You shouldn't been out there looking for no prostitutes. No way. But I ain't gonna stop. I ain't gonna bash nobody for what they do. That's what they like. Shouldn't have been out there no way. But then you get one, and some of these trans things, they don't look like men. Some of them really look like women. Until you go under the hood and start changing the oil, and you find out they got the same thing you got. And that man snapped. Look it up. Look up the story. Black Virginia Tech football player. And he killed that man. In the midst of Pride Month. Yeah, all y'all with this pride stuff. That rainbow was meant for God's covenant, and it wasn't meant for all this other foolishness. You got to be careful. Or I'm sending a warning out right now to all y'all transies. You stop this foolishness, because everybody, there's some folks, they'll snap. Everybody ain't with this. You stop this foolery. Stop this mess, because that boy, look, he's 18 years old. He's away from his family. He's from Virginia Beach, and I know them folks in Virginia Beach. My friend Jasper Willis live in Virginia Beach. They roughheads. Allen Iverson from down there, Hampton, Virginia Beach. So he's 18 years old. He's away from his family. He trying to get him a little something, and he run into a little prostitute, paid for it one time, and got the oral advances. Came back a couple of days later, and now he realized this dude is a man, and he already gave that man already gave him oral advances. That's what we gonna call it on the show, oral advances. And David Itute lost his ever-loving mind, and he snapped. So now he's charged with second-degree murder. I hope that the judge is lenient on him, because you shouldn't kill nobody, but I don't know what. I wasn't in his shoes. We ain't in his shoes. We don't know. But I'm not an advocate for killing nobody. I'm not an advocate for hurting nobody. But I'm also not an advocate for trying to play the crying game, trying to fool folk. All right. This subject gets a little dangerous because they call it hate speech. This ain't hate speech. I'm just talking about what I'm talking about. But that's all I'm going to talk about today. One last thing. I got to shout out my New York Mets. Yes, a crime of passion. That's what it's called. Now, my New York Mets are really balling, and it's a guy. We had the best pitcher of all time, and we ain't making enough noise about this, New York. Jacob deGrom. I know we had Dwight Gooden. I know we had some great pitchers come through New York. I know we had, what's my man? The big fat boy from the Yankees, Sebastian, whatever his name was. I know we had Mariano Rivera. But Jacob deGrom is the greatest pitcher of all time. He's breaking every record. He has only given up 4 runs this year. We are at game number 60. He's given up 4 runs. He's already had about 15 starts, 4 runs. He scored 5, CC Sabathia, that's his name. He scored 5 runs behind the plate. He got 5 RBIs, only gave up 4 runs. Jacob deGrom, and he's a 2-time Cy Young Award winner already. Jacob deGrom is the greatest pitcher of all time, and he belongs to the Mets. So thank you for joining Church Guys Like Sports too. You can love God and love sports. We're going to watch some basketball tonight. I want to see Trae Young get his butt kicked tonight. But I want to see Trae Young win because I want Trae Young to go to the next round and play Brooklyn. You know why? That means he got to come back to New York. And if Trae Young got to come back to New York, we're going to spit on him again. Peace out, y'all. Every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Church Guys Like Sports. And church girls love sports.